Now welcome to this channel where we give now Munge update on waiting they happen for Biafran territory and how the Islamic State the entire brigade. The anger of Simon Ekpa split fire as troops set community ablaze. Now why Prime Minister talk say this provocation will definitely draw the attention of the Biafran Liberation Army and Biafran Defense Force to Asaba. Waiting happen for Okoma community for Ugeli South local government of Delta State, the old Delta State. Prime Minister don't talk say very soon they go see the hands of Biafran Liberation Army because now go there and go buy innocent people. As Prime Minister they visit Austria, make now listen to the update.
Thank you very much, Biafrans in Austria. Good evening, cabinet members, ministers that have accompanied me to this virtual tour today to Biafrans in Austria. I want to thank all of you for this opportunity to visit you today and then address some pressing issues and of course have the opportunity to share ideas and answer questions for those who may have some one or two questions to ask. Everybody knows what is going on today in the Biafra liberation. The records are there. We've done tremendously very well with your support. We've made history already with your support. The government structure is in place. All the government institutions are all in place. We've raised the Biafra Army. We've raised the Biafra Defense Forces. We've been able to put the de facto government in Biafra land functional. We've been able to have all the counties, many districts, state activated. We've been able to vote and adopted the establishment of the Biafra State Police. We've been able to unveil the Biafra National ID card. We have also kickstarted the Biafra self-referendum. All these things happening simultaneously within just 1 year plus. And not only that, we've also activated and unveiled the Biafra coin. We have been able to also vote on the establishment of Bank of Biafra. We voted on the Federal Reserve, which will later, as will be contemplated, will later be called the Confederate Reserve, since we are practicing the Confederation, a Confederate state. We've been able to achieve all this, making sure that Biafra struggle is not only just a struggle, but the nation becomes reality. And on this note, we've been able to move the liberation of Biafra from awareness to a realistic restoration. For this realistic restoration, since we have been able to conquer the airspace, the airwave of Biafra, as being confessed by the Janjaweed terrorist army chief, we are now taking it to the global level, to the global stage. The global stage in the sense that the US Congress, United Nations, European Union level, that is our next target. And that's exactly what we are doing. We've already started that. Not that alone, we have also moving straight to getting recognition from many countries. That particular recognition is already on the pipeline. And we are expected to get at least 5 recognition before the declaration of Biafra, coming later this year, November, December. And I want everybody to understand that what we are doing today is something that God has ordained. No spirit, no man will stop Biafra from becoming an independent state this year. I want you to understand that this independent state is not going to happen just a one-time declaration. What we are going to do is the declaration of the restoration of independent state of Biafra. And then after that, we start the process of defending it. The defense of this Biafra nation is not going to happen in one day. It may not happen in 3 months. It may not even happen in 1 year. It may not even happen in 2 years. But the process will begin immediately the pronouncement of the declaration of the restoration of Biafra here in Finland, as will be also consented by many delegates coming from all over the world, including some of you from Austria. This particular roadmap and template we have followed, and this has worked for the Biafra government so far. I just want to take your mind a little bit back, how we started, where we are today. Today, we have been able to establish many liaison offices across the world, including in Austria. And we expect that these liaison officers and representatives of the Biafra Republic government in exile will increase as we forge ahead and get closer to the declaration of the restoration of independence state of Biafra this year. Everything we are doing today is only going to work for Biafra and not anybody else. We are not going to follow the path previous people or previous agitators has followed. We are also not going to follow the path that many other nations has followed that work for them. We have identified the roadmap that will work for Biafra, only for Biafra, considering the fact that Nigeria is a very, very dangerous and corrupt state with the complicity and a very dangerous diversity that have made everybody that dare to speak for the people a scapegoat and a target for assassination. We have been able to defeat the fear by embarking on numerous civil disobedience since the kidnap of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya. This particular civil disobedience that the Biafra government continued to push in Biafra territory has further shown and confirmed the delegitimization of Nigeria within Biafra land. Today, we are proving to the world, when the time comes, the evidences are there, that Biafra people have lost confidence in anything Nigeria. That Biafra people have chosen only the Biafra Republic government in exile as the only legitimate government that speak for them and fight for their interests. Any negotiation in any level and anywhere that Biafra government is not involved can never stand. You can't negotiate one-sided and expect peace to reign. The only thing that we lay a very good background for lasting peace, if there should be peace at all, must involve the Biafra Republic government in exile on the table. And that only path to peace is considering the fact that Biafra Republic government in exile has organized the ongoing self-referendum. Ratification of this result will go a very long way in restoring peace and order for the good of those who may have business interests in Biafra territory. Ignoring the Biafra Republic government in exile democratic process will backfire. As it stands today, we are not just fighting for freedom, we are also fighting to preserve our life, our culture, and the right to live. It is no longer about just independence. No, we are now fighting for survival. We are facing extinction, annihilation, ethnic cleansing, genocide, sponsored by the Nigeria government, and being orchestrated and powered by the Nigeria terrorist army. Today, we have seen videos circulating on social media of the army having a badge that we are yet to confirm which country is that. We know that there are many mercenaries that have hired in the past. Most of those mercenaries were neutralized in Biafra territory as they come to kill our people. But today, the video that I have seen, which I am still investigating, shows there is a badge that looks like Hamas Palestinian badge, but I believe it may not be a Hamas badge. I believe it's one of those African neighboring countries. So it has come to the fact that a war has been brought to our doorstep. And those who will think that they are not going to support this Biafra today to defend our land against these invaders and murderers, you may be the next victim. It is the responsibility of every one of you, anywhere you are in the world today, to know that the only hope you have remains the Biafra Republic government in exile. And every other thing that comes with it, every other person that parade or group that parade themselves are free to do so, but must not interfere in the process that we have laid and the process we put on ground to see the restoration of independent state of Biafra starting from this year. I want everybody to understand that this struggle we left long time ago, and now liberation is a process that must be followed diligently, step by step. As we move forward to the global stage to put Biafra on a global discussion, we have also set the principle that is going to guide this step. We've also made sure that many contact has been established for the speed up of the recognition of Biafra government. And this process is ongoing. Not limited to using lobbyists, not limited to using international consultancy firm, not limited to using whatever mechanism and measures necessary and available to us to see the recognition of Biafra government in the few coming months. People of Biafra in Austria, you have been a very big part and very big player of what you see today, the success we've recorded today in the exile government. I remember when this whole thing started, it was as if the whole world have ended on the side of the Biafra people. We saw how the Nigeria government bragged why they've blindfolded Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in Abuja, and every one of them were bragging and giving statement how Biafra hope has ended. They bragged that IPOB will no longer exist because there is something they know that many of you do not know. And that was the exposition that the so-called Chike Dozie made the other day. They said they have handed over the Eastern Security Network to governors and they are paying them. It is not a surprise because this is what we know. And there are many reasons. The decision we've taken today come with many, many reasons. The decision we took to make sure nobody will talk about Eastern Security Network again is something that is deeper than many of you can ever imagine. I remember when the Chief of Staff was sharing a message, a directive from me, that nobody should mention from today, that time, Eastern Security Network, or what we have now is Biafra Liberation Army. Many of these criminals use it to do propaganda. They say, you see it, they thought they have destroyed IPOB. Now, what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu set up, they want to destroy it. These are the people who, for the past 3 years, never talked anything about Eastern Security Network because they believe they succeeded in selling these young men to the governors in return for monetary compensation. And they never mentioned them. From year 1, year 2, everything was gone. All they did was to continue to expose the locations and camps of those they believe they knew who have turned against them when they know that these people have sold out. They did everything to, blackmail them and expose their location for them to be slaughtered like they slaughtered many people. They did not succeed. After 2.5 years, they came back again to tell you that is Eastern Security Network. Before then, we've already seen what many of you did not see. One, the reason why Eastern Security Network remain banned today is because they have sold out and have given them to the Nigeria government. And for that reason, we will never allow them, that name, to be mentioned until Mazi Nnamdi Kanu comes out. Two is that for the fact that they are using the Eastern Security Network as a name to commit all manner of crimes and atrocities against our people, against their own colleagues, whom they trained together, died together, took oath together to preserve and defend our land. We see it as a sabotage of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because what they do is to use their name to commit crimes in order to put those crimes on the name of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as somebody who founded, the founder of the Eastern Security Network. Three, because of the current situation of the justice system in Nigeria, where elephants can fly, we decided that anything that has to do with Eastern Security Network should be abolished, to make sure nobody is using, in the name of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu created it, to carry out the liberation of Biafra. Today we have done that. And what we have today is what we call the Biafra Liberation Army. So whatever that is going on with the Biafra Liberation Army and the terrorist state police or state-sponsored uniformed men in Biafra land has nothing to do with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But you see, the criminals continue to drag Eastern Security Network and IPOB to it. Why we continue to do clarification that the Biafra government has unveiled the Biafra forces, defense forces, which have taken responsibility in making sure that those who come to kill our women and children, like the young man usually do, will not live to tell the story. Every day, they continue to tell these people to use Eastern Security Network. After 3 years, they came and gathered boys to snap pictures and snap videos and start sharing to social media. And nobody was asking them. In 2021, when they say everybody should return their guns and their then gun, why did they do so? In 2022, none of these people talked about Eastern Security Network. In 2023, none of them talked about Eastern Security Network. What were they doing? Because it never existed. They thought they have sold everything, and those who know what was going on from the beginning immediately turned to autopilot. And they begin to expose them. They say, oh, you know, see Hutokwa, ESN don't have camp there. You know, Kigwe, ESN don't have, you know, where they begin to point camps where the original Eastern Security Network has turned their back on them. Today, they did not succeed. We have fortified men with modern, sophisticated weapons to fight, and they have metamorphosed to Biafra Liberation Army. And by next October, November, December, it is no longer going to be just Liberation Army. They will become the full-fledged Biafra Army. And that's where we are going. But before then, wonders will happen in Nigeria. We are not backing down. And if you listen to the national anthem of Biafra, there is a lot of deep message from the national anthem you just listened to. And like I said, this gun that we are picking up to defend our land can never ever go down until Biafra is defended and become an independent state. I want everybody to understand that we are not just living in the present, we are living in the future. While others were castigating, waiting for Biafra to fall, we planned ahead of them. Today, we have secured our land, others are being butchered. During this time, the criminals that was piloting the affair of Biafra before was busy castigating every step we made. I want you to ask yourself today, especially those of you in Austria, if we follow the path that you have followed, where are we going to be today? What will be the fate of the people you left behind back home? What will be the fate of your communities? Considering the killings, ethnic cleansing, jihadist movement happening across Nigeria, you think that Biafra land would have been an exception? The answer is no. But as I'm speaking to you today, the cloud is gathering in Biafra land. The terrorist has come, and they are waiting for every opportunity to discredit what we are doing by attacking a certain community. And we are watching them. Because the next thing now is that you will see that this community has been attacked and people are butchered. They will say, oh, where is the Biafran Liberation Army? I thought you would say you have army. Believe me, before you make any move against this Biafra, we know. And when we let it happen, we let it happen for a purpose. And we're waiting for that propaganda to start. But before then, you will receive message from us. A very, very sound message, which is coming. I want everybody to understand why we are not sleeping. The way enemy is not sleeping, they are not sleeping, is the same way we are not sleeping. I no longer sleep. And I will not sleep so long as God continue to give me the strength to continue to stay awake. To make sure that every step enemy is taking, we are taking times 100 ahead of them, waiting for them to make a move. So there is no sleep in our eyes these days. I want you to understand as we're not sleeping, they are also not sleeping. I welcome all of you. Thank you for inviting me to Austria. Devil.
Now we come back from that update. This thing will happen for Delta State. No be the first time it don't happen for the history of the zoo. For November 1999, OD community, where Obasanjo go send a military man, made they clear the whole community. But Prime Minister, they tell them, say, this one no be 1999 again. Say, they go see the wrath of Biafran Liberation Army very soon. For this matter, me, I go rest my case now. Thank you.